Tyler Dunnan now steps up. This could be another bunt opportunity. That fastball called a strike on the inside corner. This is eerily similar to the way yesterday's game started. Back-to-back free passes, and then Tyler Dunnan came through with an RBI single. One curveball misses up. Competing in a competitive San Diego junior college scene, Owen Smith felt like it's prepared him for these moments in Bend. And you love to see him get rewarded after his best relief appearance of the year with those 4 strikeouts. On second is Weidman. On first is Arujo Waiao. Here in this first inning. They both go. And the changeup misses low, an easy double steal. Marion picked a good pitch to run on. Gives Tyler Dunnan a 2 RBI opportunity, and with the game being early, the infield's going to stay back. Fastball misses low. Tyler Dunnan, incoming freshman at UCLA. Or was it UCLA this last year, pardon me. Graduated high school in 2025. Did not appear for the #1 team in the country. And he'll take a walk there. A less than ideal start for Owen Smith. Walk, hit by pitch, and another walk. The Berries have loaded the bases without recording a knock. And Jake Dodge, the former Elk, gets to hit with the sacks packed. Before that, Wes Harper will head out to the mound and have a chat with Smith. There's been something to say about the game 2 of every series. Right after the Elks built some momentum, their last game 2, after winning 5-4 against the Portland Pickles, that was on July the 28th. They ultimately lost 17-1 to Portland. And I think it goes back to that bullpen at this stage of the season being a lot thinner than you'd like. And it makes the decisions for those guys down there, the dugout, Alan Cox, Johnny Kemp, Wes Harper, a lot more difficult. Jake Dodge takes a fastball that misses in. Already a big spot in this game, left on left with Dodge. 6'5", 225-pounder. 2-0. Dodge was in the cleanup spot yesterday and went 1 for 5 with an RBI. Even a ground ball here, twin killing to give up a run, Elks would take. But Smith just can't find the zone. A quick 3-0 count. This crowd that is packed on a Saturday night, holding their breath. There it is from Smith as he grooves it down the middle. And a cheer from this faithful group. Just 2 more home games. And the fans packing the stands, recognizing exactly that. Dodge takes high, ball 4. This will bring in Danny Weidman and bring in the first run of this ball game. It's 1-0 Berries.
Now batting for Marion, left fielder, number 6, Jake Allen.
No outs for Jake Allen. Got 4 driven in this year. These Berries hitters at this stage can just sit up there and really look for their pitch. There's a lot that goes into the different preparation when it comes to prepping for a start and prepping to come out of the bullpen. Owen Smith could be dealing with that, but settles in now on the 0-2. That gets corner down and away. Tucker Brock and this Berry staff getting thin on players. So you'll see a lot of the same names. Jake Allen yesterday was in the leadoff spot. Did strike out 3 times, but also reached twice. 1-2 with nobody away. Rujo out, Dunning and Dodge the runners. Smith seeking an out desperately. 2-2 on that pitch that misses. Beautiful night for baseball. Great excuse to come to the yard. And Smith got him. That's a big out. Pitching for the K and got it. His first out recorded. There it is on that weather, 82 degrees with gusts of 14 miles per hour. I'd guess it's closer to the 70s. This is a perfect night. One of our best weather nights of the year. If you have any gripes or criticism, it would just be a breeze that's blowing straight in, but that also feels good. Rowe takes. Golden opportunity from the Marion Berries, who dropped last night's game, losers of 4 straight, to get off the schneid and put up a crooked number early. Smith right back in the zone, 1-1. Not a cloud in the sky. The only clouds in the distance are right over the Sisters Mountains. And it's providing for a very cool sight. Heavy clouds by the mountains, and then the rest of it crystal blue. 2-1 from Owen Smith. Nolan Rowe reached yesterday. Smith already up to 30 pitches. Elks already have some stirring in the bullpen as well. Smith misses high, 3-1. Looked like Smith was starting to build off of his stuff with the strikeout to Jake Allen, but right back to those old ways at the beginning of the outing now. Ground ball, softly to the left side, fielded by Hartlob. His only play is to third, and it goes by Hattenhauer. Smith wasn't backing up the plate. Dunning comes in to score. Up to third is Jake Dodge, and it's 3-0 Berries. That was a peculiar one. Hartlob had to go to third, which made sense, and he would have been safe anyway there. That's tough. The error goes on, but regardless, 3 runs from the Berries on no hits. Carlson takes up. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice. Fastball misses. Runner stealing from first to second in row and swipes it. Aaron Carlson, an opportunity now to blow this game wide open. And we're just in that first inning. 3-0 Berries, 1-1 the count with 1 away. Now 2-1 as Smith misses down and away on that pitch. Whether the Elks have kicked themselves and shot themselves in the foot defensively or on the mound with the inability to find the zone, it's really all coming together in this first inning. It's grounded softly to Hattenhauer. Does a good job knocking it down. The 2 runners almost collided with each other, and now it's going to be a double play. Jake Dodge is thrown out at the plate. The trail runner in Nolan Rowe almost ran into him, as he thought that as soon as that ball was hit on the ground, Dodge was going to dart for home. 3 runs in, though, from the Marion Berries. And they start off this game hot. as the Elks come up when we come back. Welcome back to Vince Genna Stadium. Bottom of the first inning coming up. The Marion Berries start off this game with a 3 spot of their own right, and it came on 0 hits. Owen Smith had difficulty finding the strike zone. They committed an error, and now behind early facing the righty and Lucas Plenner. Fastball misses. Oh, no, called a strike. That was quite up. Gurney, Pupo, and Beck to start off this inning. Then Ortiz, Murphy, Pfeiffer, Hartlob, Hattenhauer. That's skied to left and caught. Round out the lineup, Cole Cooper. Oaks lineup that scored 7 runs yesterday and has some confidence coming into it, but for whatever reason, and the game of baseball provides some peculiar reasoning for everything, those days after the big offensive outbursts, the Elks have not been the same unit. Leonard deals to Pupo, who fouls it back. Eli Pupo, similar top of the order as yesterday. Pupo in the 2-hole and picked up an RBI single, also laid down a perfect bunt. He does it all and takes pride in it too. Leonard has had a good year with 40 strikeouts, tons of swing and miss, and Pupo swings through it. 40 Ks to just 17 walks, making for that 1-5 whip. Has given up 22 runs, but these Elks are going to have to be ready to hit. Pupo foul tips it into the catcher's mitt and out of it. That's in a row. Now committed to Western Oregon is Pupo, and a fan favorite, especially favorite of this coaching staff. As Poop pops one up to shallow left field. This could be a difficult play. Allen and everybody converge, but it falls just foul. Pupo would have been standing on second with a double, but in that Bermuda Triangle on the left side of the foul line. Take another look at it because Pupo was sniffing 2 out of the box. He thought he had a hit himself. Carlson trailed back, so did Dunnan, and yes, it was quite foul. Leonard last through in relief against the Bellingham Bells. This is just his second start. Pupo fouls it back, and what makes that even crazier is this is appearance number 20. 20 appearances in the West Coast League. That's extraordinary when it comes to for one team during the summer. And out of those 20, start number 2. Overshift on for Pupo to the pull side. Flashes it foul over the head of Alan Cox. Working a nice at bat though, and that's Eli Pupo. Will never go down without a fight. There's Alan Cox. Interacting with the fans, just like he always does. Pupo got a piece of that again and just keeps on battling. This does a lot too after Gurney was retired quickly, because the starting pitcher for the Elks, Owen Smith, just finished an inning where he threw 40 pitches. You need to give him time to rest. Eli Pupo slashed it foul. Pupo fighting hard and fouls away the breaking ball up the first baseline. This is becoming one of the better at-bats we've seen at Genna. But Pupo chases high. When you get in swing mode, a pitcher can sometimes take advantage, and Lucas Plenner did exactly that. But an 11-pitch at-bat from Pupo. Barry's defense, Allen, Weidman, and Scher from left to right in the outfield. Carlson and Dunning on the left side. Arujo Waiao and Dodge on the right side. And Rowe is catching. Two-way, nobody on for Cam Beck. Takes down an outside. Beck and these Elks hoping to answer an early 3 spot from the Berries. The swings from Cam out of Oregon State this last week have been a whole lot better. Coming off of his iconic moment on Tuesday night. Long home run to right center field. Even yesterday, Beck had 2 runs batted in. Reached 2 times. Good signs for Beck, who didn't see a lot of time. Competitive OSU roster. The Utah native. Two one, 2 outs, nobody on. Beck all the way at the back of the box. Beck skies it down the right field line, giving chases. Scher, and it goes foul. The wind is really starting to pick up, and it picked up pregame. Enough where our beer garden in right field completely blew off. Mini tornadoes started on the warning track, and it continued all the way to the right. Something that hasn't been seen at all this year, and the wind has only continued as the day has gone on. Beck strikes out swinging as Lucas Plenner gets both Pupo and Beck by way of the K. 3-0 Berries as we go to the second.
The Berries. Number 26.
7 batters came to the dish for the Marion Berries in the first inning. Oaks weren't able to answer in the bottom half, and they trail it 3-0. Catano, Scher, and Weideman. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Smith misses in. With the long 11-pitch at bat from Eli Pupo, Owen Smith did get some extra time to sit. Looking to bounce back and hoping to as well. Fastball misses away. Habron out there is Smith, seeking to find the zone, get this whole outing back on track. All it would take is just a clean inning of work. But again, down in a 3-ball count. Damian Catano reached twice yesterday, a pair of walks, also struck out twice. And a 4-pitch walk. That's the 4th walk from Owen Smith. Looks like Alex Figueroa may be getting loose in the Elks bullpen. Pardon me, that's Garrett Schmokel. Only 2 guys on the bullpen and in it that wear a headband. Schmokel the other one. Smith fills it up. Arujo Ayal waiting in the wings. Noah Scher thinking about bunting. Top of the order on deck, looking to set it up for Danny Weidman. Squares and pulls back to take. One of those games where all hands could be on deck for the Elks bullpen. Smith throws over to look at Catano, who's back. Catano with no stolen bases, so not a huge threat over there. Smith doing that could get him back into a rhythm when it comes to facing these batters. Ground ball would do wonders. There squares and takes up. First start this series from Noah Scher, aside from Tucker Brock having a thin position player group. There's not going to be a lot of substitutions, but they can mix and match at a couple of positions. Perfect bunt from Scher on the 2-1. This is a tough play. I'm not sure if anybody can cover in time, and it goes down as an infield single as the throw to first is late. Cooper was not there in time. This inning rolls on with nobody out. It looked like the wheel play, too, with Cooper getting over. He was late. There was nobody there. His back got caught in between, crashing or staying at first. That'll mark the end of the night for Owen Smith. He just completed 1 inning. Those 2 runs still on the bases inherited. They'll go to Garrett Schmokel, the Western Oregon righty, when we come back. Back here, top of the second, Garrett Schmokel, the new pitcher in, and Danny Weidman, a perfect bunt down the third base line. An infield single on the first pitch he sees from Schmokel to ultimately load the bases. These Marion Berries are executing small ball to the finest order. Schmokel struggled this summer. You see the numbers there. Infield slightly shading in. Thinking about coming home on a hard ground ball. Schmokel's breaking ball misses up and in. Of course, just in the second inning, but needing to keep this game intact in any way possible. Rujo Waiau was hit by a pitch his first time through. 2-0 from Garrett Schmokel. Hawaii native in Rujo Waiau. Second year with the Marion Berries, was a part of the group that made the postseason last year. Very similar scenario for both of these organizations coming into 2026. Rujo Waiau pops it foul, a souvenir. Two-one with nobody out. Beck and Hattenhauer creeping in at third. They're looking to turn two up the middle. Schmokel missed down and in, and it gets by Pfeiffer. Coming in to score is Catano. The back runners move up, 4-0 Berries. Elks have had those difficulties on pitches that have been close to the bottom of the zone from time to time. Inability to block it. Rujo Waiau fouls it back. Full count. Schmokel now committed to Western Oregon after his last year at Everett and hoping to turn it around this outing. Rujo Waiau somehow fouled that off. Chased ball four down, but I'm amazed that he even got a bat on that. Crowd feeling it against the K-Man. Maybe that'll get him back on track. Discounted beer for these fans. See Carson getting the crowd going. Schmokel went down with that, and Rujo Waiau fouled it off to keep the at-bat alive. But it gave Schmokel a chance to just get him fishing again with the sights already set downward. And he ultimately offered at it. Schmokel, the Portland, Oregon native, brother played in the West Coast League for a lot of this year too with the Corvallis Knights. As a member of Everett Community College, or a former member, they had the most, or one of the most representations in the league of colleges. In the top three, people coming from Everett to the West Coast League pipeline. But that next chapter at Western Oregon will get to join the likes of both Eli Pupo and Braven Nason, Elks in their own rights. Dunning serves one into shallow right. It's caught by Gurney. We'll see if they test the arm. His throw goes to third to the cutoff man, and everybody's safe. I'm shocked that Gurney didn't look home to Cam Beck to potentially get the runner at the plate. Would have still been a tough play, but Did not go for it.
Now batting for Marion. First baseman, number 20, Jake Dodge.
5-0 the score on just 2 hits. Jake Dodge takes low. Still limiting the damage goes a long way. And I echo the same sentiment regularly, but if you're going to give up a crooked number, you hope that it's early in the game, so you have time to chip away. Dodge out in front, 1-1. Jake Dodge reached on an RBI walk in the first inning. That was amidst 4 consecutive free passes from Owen Smith. They got the Berries offense going. Two and one from Garrett. Dodge, a vet of this West Coast League. Time in Springfield, Marion, and Bend. Rounds that on a couple of hops, but handled by Beck. And he steps on first to end the inning. Not after 2 runs on 2 hits. Capped off by the RBI sac fly from Tyler Dunning. It's 5-0 Berries. Bottom of the second inning, Lucas Plenert out for his second inning of work. Elks went down in order to start off this game and now trail by 5 here early. See how they're able to respond. Plenert's fastball is called a strike on the outside corner. Ortiz, Murphy, then Pfeiffer, 4, 5, and 6. J.O. and one of the better hitters on the Elks all season long. Average sitting at 325. Big swing and a miss. And there's only a handful of guys that have been here in Bend for the majority of the season, Ortiz being one of them, coming off his freshman year at LMU. Strikes out here, though, on 3 pitches on a perfect pitch from Plenert. He's now struck out 3 consecutive batters. One away from Murph. Plenert gets the call. This crowd is oohing and eyeing and getting frustrated with Bryce Reeves, but he's been spot on all these 50-50 pitches on the corner. Murphy hits one softly. Tough play from Dunning. It's short as throws offline. And Murphy reaches base safely at first.
Now batting for the Elks, catcher number 25, Isaac Pfeiffer.
Just rushed that throw. Had some time, but threw it up the line. Turning it to Isaac Pfeiffer, who gets hit by a pitch. He'll take 2 base runners, even if it comes on the free pass. Elks setting something up here in the bottom of the second. Brings up Camden Hartlob, the local product. Hartlob fouls it away. Since he stepped foot in Bend, and of course he's always been in Bend, but let's say in Vince Genna Stadium, he's gotten the runway to start the majority of the games he's played in. Coming from Caldera High School with a 571 OPS thus far. And a chance for his first RBI in an Elks uniform. Take down and away. Still undecided on what the future holds. And we know these Caldera products have been fun to watch so far with the Elks. Leonard just continuing to fill up the zone 1 and 2. From George Fox University, grew up in Newberg, Oregon, did Plenner. And was a workhorse for George Fox in 2026 through 59 innings. Hartlob grounds one softly to Dunning at short. He goes to second with the throw, and they got him. And I'm not sure about that one. It looked like Pfeiffer beat it. That was as bang, bang as it gets. It's not one where Alan Cox is going to go ask Bryce Reeves to ask for an appeal because Snyder was the man right on top of it. Runners now on the corners. Attenhauer's late. This is down and away. Let's take another look at that bang-bang play at second. Dunning had to field it and throw. Looks like they may have got him right before Pfeiffer slid in. Snyder, of course, a better angle than we have up here in the press box. Hartlob's going to steal. The throw goes down to second, and Murphy's going to come in to score. That's a poor decision from the catcher in row, as he thought he might have a chance to get the runner in Camden Hartlob. Elks execute the first and third on the base paths. Attenhauer's late on the 2-1. Usually with first and third, a play is on, but Tucker Brock and this group said throw it all the way down. Murphy sniffed it out from the jump and was able to score with ease. Ty pops the 2-2 foul and out of play. One more time on that slide. Pfeiffer coming in. still so hard to tell. That's why it was called a bang-bang play from the beginning of it. No Ty Hattenhauer in the lineup last night, but the Caldera shortstop back in there after starting on the 30th, where he went 1 for 4. 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. Ty chases down and away to end the inning. Elks get a run in on that first and third Barry blunder. We'll go to the third on Bend Elks YouTube. To the third inning, Elks able to get 1 on the board in the second. Runners on first and third. Rose throw went all the way down to 2, and then Murphy just coasted in to score. 5, 6, and 7 coming up in the Berries order against the righty and Garrett Schmokel, who stays out there. Schmokel came in for relief for Owen Smith and began to limit the damage. He's had experience as a starting pitcher, so this vision could be to go multiple innings. Misses down and away to Allen. Jake Allen struck out in his first at-bat. This felt like, though, and I know yesterday was just a glimpse, that the Berries offense in this series has began to turn at least a small corner. Allen from Portland, just like the catcher in the squad and Isaac Pfeiffer, Portland Pilot group that had a good year in the West Coast Conference. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. And even with the fair going on down the road in Redmond, this is a good crowd tonight. We only have tonight and tomorrow 2 more opportunities to see Bend Elks baseball at home. And the fans have delivered and then some. Been an incredible season to cover, and although it hasn't gone the Elks' way, these fans as loyal as it gets. Allen grounds one to Hartlob. Action for the young shortstop, and he makes the play. Camden has been moving all around the infield. Today the task is at shortstop. Bringing up Nolan Rowe. It's tough to be a utility guy, to move all the way around the field and stay ready at all positions. But especially as a young player, it gives you a higher chance of getting in that lineup each night. Schmokel misses in on the breaking ball. Rowe reached on an error first time through. That was the soft ground ball to Hartlob, who threw it past Hattenhauer at third. Ultimately brought in a run. They contributed to this 5 spot in just 2 innings of work. One with 1 out. Oh, the strike, a gift at the knees from Bryce Reeves. Velo looking good from Garrett Schmokel, finding that bottom of the zone. Going with the high pants today. Defense straight up across the board. Schmokel just missed down and away. Rowe, Washington native. Even in the count. We got the burgers going. Lettuce for sure. And then whatever is enclosed by our visual disadvantage. Gotta go with the pickles. He's getting a head start. Dipping the pickles and eating them. That's a good way to not spend money on French fries. Just pickles as your side dish. I see the vision. But you don't want to eat it too early. You know, before you get back to the seat and everything. That's a good plate. Couple of burgers, a dog that is covered. Millions of pickles on that thing. And then a Cracker Jack. Good old-fashioned baseball. Speaking of Cracker Jack, I said it on one broadcast before. That's a gripe I have with the 7th inning stretch. People always say Cracker Jacks, plural. Nope, it's just one Jack. The Cracker Jack himself. Full count with 1 out. Those burgers here, though, are elite. They're amongst the best food options at Genna. Always cooked to perfection. Rowe keeps fighting. That's just a simple order. I would hope we put some condiments on that thing. I think it's the Polish dog, but still it deserves some mustard. A couple of onions. Or just the raw glizzy. Got him swinging. Garrett Schmokel. That's his second K. When he came in, Owen Smith had 2 runners inherited on the bases, and although the Berries were able to push a couple across, his ability to limit the damage has brought him out this inning with some more confidence. Away for Taryn Carlson. Rounded into a peculiar 5-3-2 double play in his first at-bat. You'll watch loads of baseball and keep score at a bunch of different games. That won't be one you see. 5-3-2. And it was just because of a base run and miscue. Schmokel skips in the fastball. We're doubling up. Got the brew. Coors Light. There's the condiment. So he did load it up. That's good. I know my producer Pierce is happy. No ketchup there, just a Chicago dog. Mustard, onions. Dog of the night. That's a good looking dog. Schmokel gets the call on the 3-0. That was another gift from Bryce Reeves. All right, mustard, relish, ketchup. That'd be awkward to go middle, left, right instead of going in the order. So that would make sense. We just ditch the ketchup. That's swatted into left center field, moving over is Pupo, but it falls, and then kicks to his right. Looking to stretch it into a double is Carlson, and the throw goes by Cooper. It is a 2-out double from Taryn Carlson. First hit for the Berries this inning. That's just their third of the game. This guy's been a waiter in his heyday, because no matter how much is in his hands, he can carry it all. Bryce Reeves on this low pitch is giving Garrett Schmokel a lot of wiggle room. Damian Catano wondering where that one was at. Walked back in the second. Schmokel's curveball misses low. He's already scarfing it down. Can you blame him, though, when it looks that good? 1-1 with 2 outs. The man on second is Carlson after his double. And Schmokel gets Catano to swing through it. Been some encouraging signs from Garrett Schmokel, getting himself back on track. Fouled away. Schmokel last worked against the Ridgefield Raptors on July the 26th. Was only able to record 2 outs, gave up 4 runs. But his last appearance came in the batter's box in that 17-1 loss to the Portland Pickles. Schmokel got in that bat, and in all honesty, looked pretty comfortable. Told me he was a former two-way guy from Portland, Oregon. And then just as all baseball players do at some point, unless your name's Shohei Ohtani, you pick one. Schmokel got him. His second K of the inning gets Catano way out in front. And the first 0 of the night for the Elks as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning. I'm happy to know that Mickey made the trip. Our first Mickey Mouse appearance at Vince Genna Stadium. How cute is that? Best friends. You know, if I had a good Mickey Mouse impression, I'd do it, but I don't want to embarrass myself. Cooper, Gurney, and Pupo 9-1 and 2 this inning. I got a couple impressions in the bag. Dom actually asked me pregame, our PA guy, if I had any. I'll keep those off air. If we talk in person, I'll do them for you. Cooper from Bend High. First week with these Bend Elks. And last night was his first start where he made some nice plays defensively, also reached on a walk. Back to swing and missed up and in. Appeal to Taylor Schneider, and Taylor Schneider was not looking. So he never gave a signal. I don't think Cooper went around anyway. Cooper, another example of the local kids getting a chance. And Plenert being a tough arm, this is not an easy task from these kids still coming into their own. Peter misses away, full count. What do we got there? Ice cream? Red Vine's on the right. That looks delicious. Get us some of that up here in the press box. Cooper fouls it over the head of Alan Cox. I mean, Genna's got outstanding options if you come to the yard. For all ages, too. Fan Appreciation Weekend in our final time of 2026 as Cole Cooper works a walk. Elks get their leadoff runner on base for the first time tonight. And the 4th of July tie-dye is out too. We're entering August, but you still got to keep the national representation. Win Gurney, who's 0 for 1. Fouls it away. I actually went into the team shop. I saw that red, white, and blue shirt, and I said, I want that. And I was told that it was only in kid sizes. And the baby's got it. Cruising. Gurney fouls it away, jumped on it. It's been shocking to see the numbers for Win Gurney where they stand. Just 3 runs batted in, a 404 OPS. More than capable player out of La Mirada High School in California. 10's LMU. And when we had Win last year, he was undecided as to where he was going. But back here after a full year in SoCal. That's tapped. Will be a tough play from Plenert coming off the mound, and he just gets Win Gurney. Lucas Plenert almost stuffed that baseball into the turf to help him pick it up and field it. Moving up to second was Cooper, but look at the way that Plenert fields this thing. He just pushes it in the ground. Throws it on to first. One away for Eli Pupo. Leonard misses in and Pupo's hit. The Bend Elks have still yet to record their first hit of the game. And similar to their struggles on the mound in the first couple of innings, free pass after free pass from Plenert. That's the 4th in total from the Berries. And it gives Cam Beck an opportunity with multiple runners on base. Beck takes a breaking ball for a strike. Struck out his first time through, but Cam Beck has been a different player since coming back home to Genna. It is 3rd home run of the year on Tuesday. Fouls that off of Rowe. That got him right off the mask, so may take a moment to shake off. The relationship between Reeves and Rowe, catcher and umpire, always a wholesome interaction, backing each other up because they both get equally dinged up during the duration of a game. Beck measures it back and fouls it away. They got Plenard's pitch count hovering around 50, but even with a few free passes, it's right where it should be. Oh, 2 with 1 out and 2 runners on base as Cooper dances off a second. Beck misses down and away and back picked by Rowe. There's the scorebook. That's what I'm talking about right there. We know them. That's Riley, our social media girl, and her mom. That's how you properly watch a baseball game. If you're keeping score, that means you're paying attention. Always love to see it. Beck laces one into right center. It falls. Cooper went all the way back to second, and that prevents him from scoring. Alan Cox is irate, the Elks third base coach, because he would have waltzed home. But apparently couldn't tell that that ball was not going to fall. Let's watch it again. A young player went back to second. That's a tough break. Time now called for the Marion Berries and mound visit. There's Riley again. There it is. Social media sensation, now a sensation on the YouTube stream. Take a look around the West Coast League while we have a moment on this Saturday, August 1st. Forgot to wish you all a happy new month. New month, new opportunity. Apple Sox beating the North Paws 7-0 top 4. Knights on top of the Pippins, 4-1 in the top of the 4th. Raptors and Drifters in a battle, 5-4 in the top of the 4th. All of these games mean a ton when it comes to the end of season standings. Nanaimo beating Port Angeles 3-1 top 4. Walla Walla on top of the Pickles 3-2 bottom 4. And then the other two at the bottom of your screen. With them loaded, Jordan Ortiz steps up and lines one into left field, but it's in the park. Allen's going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Cooper. The throw goes into the cutoff man, and it's 5-2. Looked like off the bat that ball was rocketed. Did hang up enough. And after Cooper was able to score on the base hit, or should have, all is well, scoring on the sac fly. You get one back, but you want more, and Murphy represents the tying run. So line one foul on the first pitch. Breaking ball in tight. There it is. Bullpen staying ready. That's Aiden Bray down there in the pen. Murphy reached on an error his first time. And will pop that foul and out of play. In the South Division, just so you all know what's at stake this evening, Walla Walla has clinched a playoff spot, but still looking to win the second half. They're a game up on Corvallis in that second half, 2 games up on Springfield. Runner goes, and the fastball misses in. Rowe gets it at the backstop. A big turn from Pupo stays at third. But this means that 2 ducks on the pond for Jackson Murphy. This is trippy because Riley's watching the stream on her phone, and it went to Riley again. So there's in some universe where we just keep looking closer. If we kept zooming in, we would just be zooming into infinity. Leonard got Murphy on the 1-2. That'll end the inning. Well, they clean it up at first because there needed to be a drop third strike. No one's leaving the field, but now they are. Elks get one in on the sac fly from Jordan Ortiz, but you're kicking yourself. You wanted more with them loaded. To the fourth, it's 5-2. That time of the night here at Genna, the sun is blinding up here in the broadcast booth. Elks get one back on the sac fly from Jordan Ortiz, but still trail by 3. One of the final home games of the year at Vince Genna Stadium. Game is dragged on a tad just because of 4 hits on both sides combined. And a lot of free passes, but Garrett Schmokel found something in his last inning of work. He'll face Noah Scher. Scher takes the breaking ball for a strike. But still not over this night for baseball with that blue sky overhead. No complaints. Smoke all cleared out and great air quality on hand. Schmokel got him looking. This has been very encouraging from Garrett. His 4th strikeout. And in potentially one of his last starts of the season, we're entering that territory with a lot of the Elks pitchers. In a groove. One out for Danny Weidman. Offers at the first pitch and is out in front. Weidman, a great player. Walking his first at-bat, a single in the second. Also has stolen a couple of bases. Coming off a year where he was an all-star for the Marion Berries, and Tucker Brock uses him at different parts in the lineup. Last night in the 9-hole, went deep, and starting everything off this evening. 1-1 is tapped. Out in front of home plate, it's foul. Must have stayed just beyond home plate as Fiverr Got a glove on it. You just looked at that Schmokel pitch count. You'd think he started this game and was in a rhythm, but did have to come in for relief for Owen Smith. It's a hand food. The only explanation, though, that is valid is if this is for a kid. Because if it's for a kid, you want him in small bites. I understand. Weidman down the right field line. I also would be shocked, though, if a kid wanted that many condiments on it. So there's two sides to this. It's either we want to eat a hot dog with our fork. I think it's the kid part of it, for sure. Got Weidman looking. A new Garrett Schmokel on the 1st of August. Finding his stride. That is his 5th K. Two-way for Alkai Arujo-Wayao. Curveball called a strike. And even if a game like this doesn't go the Elks' way and we still have a long way to go, this is so encouraging from Garrett. So Pierce picked him back up in the stands. I see the daughter there. I think my initial assessment is going to be right. She's now giving the daughter the talk. You got to eat your protein. You got to take a couple bites at least before the candy. Arujo-Wayao, gloved by Hartlob on the dive, but his throw to first is late. That was about as good of an effort as possible. Camden Hartlob flashing it at the hardest position on the infield. He had to go full Superman to his right, and it was a one-hop strike, but Arujo-Wayao runs well. Closer, though, than we may have thought. Uwe and Tyler Dunnan. Schmokel, that curveball has been his best pitch. One more look at it. Did beat it, but it was awfully close. Throw over and back with the dive is Arujo-Wayao. Arujo-Wayao's got 3 stolen bases on 4 attempts. With 2 away, maybe a good time to go. Chance to add on to this lead with a good batter up. Breaking ball misses down and away. Nice back pick from Pfeiffer. Those shadows forming on the bricks beyond home plate. This is as tough of a sun as you're going to see at Vince Genna Stadium because there's virtually no cloud cover. Schmokel's curveball was up. Playing some catch in the barbecue deck. Oh, not in the stroller. You got to pick it up. That's tough. Too close of corridors to really let it rip with the arm. 2-1, misses low and will go to the backstop for a free 90 feet. Pass ball on Isaac Pfeiffer as he just couldn't grab the 83-mile-per-hour pitch. He's locked in, giving him signs. We're going fastball here, outside. Hit the glove. Dunning way out in front of the 3-1. And even with Schmokel's fastball command not being there all night long, that curveball has been a pitch he's leaned on. Full count, 2 outs. 5-2 Berries in the top of this 4th inning. Pitch number 55 coming up for Schmokel with Arujo Wayao on second. This is down. Ball 4. That is the first walk from Garrett Schmokel, who has been great, but it gives Jake Dodge a chance to hit. I mean, 5 Ks to 1 walk, just 3 hits. You can't ask for anything more out of Schmoke. Peter misses low to Dodge. Allen always tells the story about how Jake Dodge was a part of that Bend Elks team that made it to the playoffs in the first year of Allen being here, so that was in 2024. And they showed up in Portland, Oregon with not that deep of a roster. Dodge has also had some experience with pitching, but in that game he played first base. As they called it a foul ball, but then the Berries runners decided to advance because there wasn't an emphatic signal. It looks like Reeves is sending both runners back to their initial spots. He did call it foul, though, so that was just the Berries looking to steal a 90 feet. Dodge, though, just 2 games with the Elks. But the Cowboy, as they call him, still did have some time here. That breaking ball misses down, and then he checked his swing. Pfeiffer couldn't find it. But Arujo Wayao and Dunning didn't recognize it quick enough. A veteran, though, is Dodge. Used to playing in front of the West Coast League crowds. Has been doing so since 2022. Pops up the 2-1 foul, Souvenir. There's Carson. Gonna give it to a kid, I'm sure. He's looking to find the right one. There it is. I wonder what went through that decision-making process for Carson. But the fam's happy, and they rightfully should be. Schmokel again. He strikes out the side. That is punch out number 6. And Garrett is working his best outing of the year on this Saturday night. Bottom of the 4th inning. Elks coming up, starting with Isaac Pfeiffer as they trail by 3. Pfeiffer, Harlob, and then Hattenhauer. Against Plenert, who misses outside on a fastball. Pfeiffer was hit by a pitch his first time through. It hasn't been the prettiest outing from Lucas Plenner. Still has struck out 5 batters. Pfeiffer fouls it back. Hats off to Garrett Schmokel. Unsure if his outing is going to continue. But if it doesn't, he deserves a big round of applause for the outstanding night on the bump. With 6 strikeouts, Pfeiffer takes. Bunked by a pitch was Fife, as Plenner just stays out of the stretch like a traditional reliever that he is. Pfeiffer into center for a base hit. Worked a long at bat and got rewarded. Bat to ball on a pitch down and away, 92 back up the middle. Here's Camden Hartlop. That extra cheer when it comes to the local kids, every single time. So Hartlop hits it. It looked like it was off his foot. Late call from home plate umpire Bryce Reeves. Hartlop had to bounce around and sell it a bit, but I believe it did hit the top of his toe. An immediate grimace there makes me think so. You cannot tell, though, on that angle on the other side of the foot. He's hit. Hartlop wore it up and in tight. That is a definite hit by pitch. You could tell that Hartlop knew the elbow guard was there and wasn't too concerned if it hit right on top of it. Because what that does is it brings the tying run to the dish in Ty Hattenhauer. Hattenhauer takes. Thought about laying down a bunt. Squares around again and pops this bunt up off the net. Hattenhauer frustrated with himself that he didn't get it down. Another way to carve out a role quickly as a young player is to do the little things, execute small ball. And with it being an 0-2 count, bunt now likely taken off. Hattenhauer strikes out looking. That's a tough at bat. The 6th strikeout from Lucas Plenner. And Cole Cooper's got to look at his first RBI attempt. Cooper also doesn't have a hit with the Bend Elks yet. Multiple firsts on the table. Takes a strike. Did the same thing that Lucas Plenner did at George Fox. In 59 innings of work, had 77 strikeouts and just 35 walks. He dominated when it came to the K's to walk ratio. Cooper makes it 0-2. There's Riley. She's keeping score now. Another strikeout. Cooper late on 92, right down the heart of the plate. Plenner ramping up the velo. That is strikeout number 7. Ultra impressive from Plenner, considering that this is just his second start. We know the damage Gurney can do, and he lines a single into left. Pfeiffer's going to round third and head home. The throw goes to the cutoff man. 5-3. Elks get one back. The fourth RBI of the year from Gurn. Just 83 off the bat, but past the outstretched glove of Tyler Dunning. Turn to Eli Pupo. Oaks now only down by 2, and Eli fouls it back. Oh for 1 is Pupo, a strikeout and a hit by pitch. On second is Hartlob, on first is Gurney. Goes to the backstop. A huge 90 feet for both runners. Is now a base hit, would tie this game. You're confident in Pupo considering an 11-pitch at-bat and his first debut, a hit-by-pitch last time. The local kid getting backed by this packed house. Fouls it away, 1-2. Pupo was late on that heater. Wow. That was strike number 3, and Pupo took it. Fortunate to see another pitch. You take advantage of a chance like that. Hartlob on third, Gurney on second. Pupo on the 2-2, pops one up to shallow left, and Dunning, the shortstop, makes the catch. That's another inning where if you're the Elks, you're happy you get one in on the RBI single from Gurney. But could have tied this game. Gurney delivered. Pfeiffer came in to score. Elks trail by 2 going to the 5th. Top of the 5th inning, Elks have scored 1 run in innings 2 through 4. And they'll keep it to Garrett Schmokel, who has been brilliant. Time now called, waiting for Vinny, the mascot, to exit the field. At our Sun River Chip-Off Challenge in between innings. One of the best in between inning games. Allen, Rowe, and Carlson stepping up. Allen 0 for 2. Schmokel's big curveball misses in. Soft ground ball to Hartlob at short. 1 out. Another nice start from Schmokel to an inning. Summer ball can do this, even if you have an entire 2026 2.5-month campaign in the summer that doesn't go your way. Just 1 out in can do wonders for your confidence and also for the coaches watching you throughout the country. Nolan Rowe. Oh no, misses down to Rowe. Rowe from Washington. First team All-Olympic League catcher as a senior. Also was a tennis player in high school. You don't usually see that a lot. Tennis and baseball. Just 1 game with the Huskies though in 2026. Tucker Brock, last year the manager for the Marion Berries, assembled a pretty good roster where you looked around and you saw a bunch of names, top players. I think of Cade Goldstein, who was with UCSB, had a great year. He shined for the Berries. And then this year they've had the likes of Hudson Flora, younger brother of Jackson, who was just drafted to the San Francisco Giants 4th overall. They had Sawyer Nelson from LMU, who led the league in walks, set the walk record. Even in a wash of a season, 18-31, the Berries are moving mountains. And a great addition to this league. No grounds, one softly, more action for Hartlob, and he's making every play right now. 2 6-3 putouts begin this 5th frame. And he had to move to his left, work pretty quickly. Rowe not a bad runner. Got it in time. Two-way for Taryn Carlson. Swung on and missed. Would love to know the metrics on that breaking ball and if anything is changing for Garrett Schmokel, because he's getting significantly more swing and miss on that pitch. Carlson doubled his last time. Goes back to it, and a sharp ground ball to Hadenhauer corralled. That'll end the inning on the throw. Another 1-2-3 frame from Garrett Schmokel. Taylor Worth is the new pitcher in for Lucas Plenard. Plenard was good, although allowing 3 runs. He gave the Berries a good chance to win, and Worth sitting at a 5.48 ERA entering this outing, but look at the strikeouts. Another guy that gets a lot of swing and miss. 34 Ks to just 11 walks from Worth. And Beck starts things off for the Elks. Coming out of UC Davis is Taylor Worth. And Beck 1 for 2 after a single in the 3rd inning. Elks love this part of the order, the heart. The chance to come back. Worth at UC Davis, 23 2/3, 22 strikeouts to 9 walks, and he did have a 6.46 ERA. But the future very bright for this righty just because of his consistency in the zone. Sun now completely set, at least beyond the heavy clouds and left. Making for a beautiful sight. It's almost like an artist painted the sun on the outline of the clouds with how it looks. Way ahead is Beck. And we'll take a strike on the 3-0 right down the heart of the plate. Berry's pitching has not been as big of a concern as their offense this year. 18-31, 9-16 away from home. But hoping the pitching keep them where we're at. As Beck doubles down the left field line, or does he double? Because he's still got to hit first and maybe go. Instead, he slams on the brakes. A base hit at 100 off the bat. Jumped the gun there, and Allen did a nice job cutting it off before it got to the corner. Whatever has changed for Cam Beck is a welcome sight. Balanced swing on all of the pitches in the zone and hammered that one. Jordan Ortiz. RBI sac fly in the 3rd from him. Pops it foul and out of play. Ortiz came up in that 3rd inning where the Elks were looking for more. They ultimately had the bases loaded. And Ortiz skied into a sac fly. They took it at the time. But looking back, 4 runners left on base. This game could be different. Takes a breaking ball up. 1-1. But Ortiz with the power to change this game. He has been the king of good luck all year. Beck bluffs the steal, and Ortiz is way out in front. No home runs from him. The Elks as a whole have not hit a lot of home runs this year. According to Northwest Baseball, this is the easiest place in the league to hit, but we're here every night and do not think that's true. Elks with 4 hits, 2 runs batted in, a .631 OPS. Ortiz with the slightly open stance from the right side. 2-2 and nobody out with Beck on first. That goes. Breaking ball misses up. Good throw down to second. Got him. Although the throw was there, I think Beck got his hand underneath that. Oh, he's absolutely safe. I think from that angle, you can tell that his hand was there first. I don't believe the tag from Arujo Waiao was able to get his hand before it snuck in. But that's not going to be one they overturn. That's tough. So 3-2 with one out to J.O. And Ortiz takes strike 3. Thought he had ball 4, but it gets the top of the zone, 2 away in the 5th.
Now batting for the Elks, left fielder, number 33, Jackson.
One more look at it. I mean, a perfect throw from Rowe, and Pierce is going to slow it down for us. The tag not there yet. Still not there. I think it came in late. Very tough to tell. Not conclusive, definitive. If we went to replay review with that angle, does it get overturned? I don't know. Not a bad slide from Ken Beck. 0-2, Murph fouls away. Reached on an error and struck out. Incoming senior at UC Davis. Teammates with Taylor Worth. Murphy grounds it softly to Arujo Waiao, who gets it on the long hop. And ends the Elks' 5th inning bid quite easily. They got the leadoff runner on. Cam Beck with the single. Caught stealing, then a strikeout to Ortiz and a ground out to Murphy. Pushes us to the 6th in this 5-3 game. Top of the 6th inning, Logan Darnell, a new pitcher into this game, the Campbellsville University commit. Garrett Schmokel was great. Ended up striking out 6 in relief of Owen Smith and settled this game down. Face the bottom of the order to start. Damian Catano, Noah Scher, and then the top with Danny Weidman. Hands have stuck around. Getting chillier as the night goes on this Saturday, but still perfect baseball weather. Darnell delivers a fastball that's swatted into left for a hit. Damian Catano gets things going in the 6th.
Now batting for Marion, right fielder, number 14, Noah Scher.
And on now for Noah Scherer. Logan Darnell and his ERA balloon, the 6'1", 225-pound righty from Fenton, Michigan. His last couple of outings, he hasn't been able to record an out. As Scherer gets down a perfect bunt, Hattenhauer crashes at third, and his throw to first is caught by Beck. Got close when you get near that safety bag. Have to be careful on a potential collision. Catano up to second. 5-3 on the putout on the sac bunt, but props to the Berries for this small ball mentality that's working. And every reason to do so when you have Danny Weidman stepping up. Disengagement from Darnell, and he's going to call time to go and switch the signs with Pfeiffer. Weidman a single back in the second, struck out. Has 17 runs batted in. Neon green spikes from the right side, and he hacks on and misses at it. Logan Darnell was at Mississippi Valley State and excited for the next part of his journey at Campbellsville under one of the longest tenured coaches in the country in Coach Sanders. Allen has quite the story. After Logan Darnell committed to Campbellsville, Alan Cox said, "Coach Sanders recruited me when I was in high school at Campbellsville. That's how long Sanders has been there." So a full circle moment with one of his players stepping foot on that university. As Pfeiffer just dropped that one on a breaking ball that misses up, trying to frame it. Third goes Catano on the pass ball. And the infield's going to come all the way in. Pfeiffer stops it. Five hits for the Berries to 4 for the Elks in this 5-3 game. 3-1 the count with one away. And Danny Weidman walks. Second time that Weidman has reached on the base on balls. Darnell's breaking ball laced right at Hartlob, and he caught it. Leaping up in the air, making the catch, and taking away an RBI. Rujo Ayau hit it 86 off the bat. Tyler Dunnan up at the plate, a pair of walks and a sac fly on the RBI as the curveball misses high. Some big news in the baseball world breaking right now, and I feel like it's necessary to talk about it. Tarek Skubal, who's arguably the best pitcher in all of MLB, was just dealt to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Absolutely bonkers how they have just continued to dominate. And some big spots coming for a lot of these guys taking the next step into college ball and minor league baseball if a lockout is looming with these moves. Important to stay in tune for these college guys too, although it doesn't affect them directly yet. Two-one with two away. Dunning, one of the leading RBI men for these Berries. As Darnell's curveball is grounded softly to Hattenhauer at third. He'll throw on to first. Logan Darnell escapes the frame with runners on the corners. It's 5-3 Berries to the bottom of the sixth on Bend Elks U2. Bottom of the sixth inning. Elks just trail it by two. They've captured the momentum as we've entered the latter stages of this game. Pfeiffer takes an off speed, then misses outside. Taylor Worth's second inning of work. Pfeiffer, Hartlob, and Hattenhauer. Getting that leadoff guy on. They do a lot. Pfeiffer and his at-bats seen more consistent playing time. With all the departures, has been improved. Ditched those batting gloves at the beginning of the season and has just stayed with the natural feel of the barrel. Takes a breaking ball. But endless power, and after just 1 year at Portland, bright future. Slight overshift on for the pull-heavy hitter in Fife, and he takes low on the fastball. Just 1 year down from Taylor Worth at UC Davis. Great year with the Aggies, and now the Berries picking up where he left off. Pfeiffer on the 3-1, grounds it foul. Off the netting near the Berries dugout. There's Allen. Year 3 with the Bend Elks. and always moving. Him being the third base coach, that line where they suggest you stand in, he's never going to be there. Pfeiffer takes, ball 4. Give Camden Hartlob a chance to tie this game with one swing of the bat. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Hartlob laying down a bunt here would give the Elks an opportunity to cut this deficit in half. Hit by a pitch his last time through. Dancing off of first is Pfeiffer. He takes off, but Hartlob fouls it. They likely had the hit and run on. Not executed with that big breaking ball over the middle. Crazy to think with the Elks now having all these Caldera products that Caldera itself didn't have that great of a year last year. Hartlob to the shortstop and Dunning. This could be 2. The throw pulls Dodge off. And nice hustle from Camden Hartlob, busting it down the first baseline. On that flip to second, I wonder if Arujo Wayao was there. Looked like he did have his foot on, and even with a perfect throw to Jake Dodge, I think Hartlob had a nice shot at beating it. One away for Ty Hattenhauer. Takes a strike. Hattenhauer also a member of that Caldera team, with his numbers being off the charts. Loads of extra base hits. Put the entire state of Oregon on notice. Takes outside, caught by Rowe. After Worth, curious of the Berries' plan. They're thin on pitching entering this series overall. Did use 3 arms in total last night, which wasn't too bad after a solid start from Amai Nakagawa. And kicks off the glove of Rowe, and Hartlob's up to second. I think that goes down as a pass ball. Rowe just didn't catch it. Hattenhauer with an opportunity for his first RBI in an Elk uniform. Chases down and away. A devastating breaking ball from Worth at 80. OPS at just 255. Doesn't count the non-league stats, but Ty showed us a lot in the non-league with barrels galore. Full of the game in one of them. Looking to get back to that form. 2-2 with 1 out. Takes up a full count. That Elks dugout is thinned out at this stage of the season. Just not as many bodies coming off the bench. But beauty in it with allowing recently graduated high school prospects to get consistent starts like Hattenhauer. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, and he strikes out swinging. A perfect full count delivery from Worth. If Hattenhauer didn't swing at that, it would have been called strike 3 on the black. Cole Cooper, late on a fastball. Also in a position to acquire his first run batted in of the year. Takes up and away. Overshift on for the young Cooper out of Bend High. Artlob jumping off a second. Cooper's way out in front. Worth is lulling these young Elk hitters to sleep with his off speed. And in their spot, getting a bit jumpy considering the moment. Looking to make their first impact in front of this Genna crowd that's getting into it. Fastball cold. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Freezing Cole Cooper to end the inning. The Berries' arms feeding off the K's. We'll take a look at the West Coast League standings as we roll on to the 7th. Sweets locked up a playoff spot last night, a 30-19 overall record. Ridgefield Raptors at 28-21. They're losers of 2 straight, but still in that spot after winning the first half. Corvallis, winners of 2 straight in the 3 spot. But that 4, whether it's the Pickles, the Drifters, or a late surge by the Yakima Valley Pippins, I'm most intrigued by that. And also the prospect that the Springfield Drifters can still win the second half of the season. In the North, the battle for the 4 spot is also intriguing. Look at that Night Owls Harbor Cats. Even records at 26-23, the 2 teams on Vancouver Island of British Columbia. As intense as it gets. They share the same ownership group, so it's a win-win if one of them makes the playoffs. With that, take a look around the West Coast League scoreboard tonight. Apple Sox up big against the North Paws, and they show each night why they are the WCL championship favorites. 10-0 the score, 12-1 the Knights beating down the Pippins. They're also still in contention for possibly winning the second half, just 1 game back of the Walla Walla Sweets. Raptors on top of the Drifters, 7-6, top 7. Pop over there and watch some of that game too. That's incredible. The Nine-Mo beating the Lefties, 12-1. Sweets on top of the Pickles, 6-5, top 7. After clinching it last night, Bells beating the Cats, 7-2. And the River Cats beating the Falcons by a score of 4-2. Logan Darnell, another inning of work. Righty zeroes in to the left-handed bat, Jake Dodge. How this game has gone, it doesn't necessarily feel like just a 2-run game. It's dragged along with 9 combined hits. But if you're the Elks, thankful for the effort from this pitching staff after Owen Smith couldn't find it early on. Dodge guys one to shallow right field, and Gurney got a good jump. 1 away. Stepping up, Jake Allen. Thankful for all of you guys joining us on Bend Elks YouTube. Make sure to hit subscribe. And if you want to become a member, members only stream available at the bottom of your screen. It's the ad-free Elks baseball. For all of you that watch every night, it's a great deal. And we're grateful to have such an outstanding fan base. Allen takes on the outside corner, 1-1. These fans in attendance, too, have stuck around on this Saturday night. One final home game tomorrow. Sunday, a 5:05 first pitch. 1-2 from Darnell. Resurrecting some old brilliance, both Garrett Schmokel and Logan Darnell. They've been sharp. Darnell got him. That's the first K from Logan Darnell. Quick 2 outs. It's Nolan Rowe. Flag now limp in left center field after it was so windy at the start of this game. I'm not sure if you guys are just tuning in, you haven't heard the story, but there was a dust storm on the warning track pregame that made the roof on our beer garden blow off completely into the parking lot just beyond the beer garden, and it hit a car, and it wasn't a pretty sight. It was really unique. You look at that beer garden there, you wonder why there's no roof. It's because of that. 1-2. And we've been at Genna now. I've been here 2 years, and we've been here all season. There's been wind that has swirled, of course, but never to that degree. And the gusts are now just at 7 miles per hour. 67 degrees it is tonight. The 1-2 is roped into right center field, but Gurney had a beat on it. A 1-2-3 7th inning from Logan Darnell. Stretch time at Vince Genna Stadium. The Elks just down by 2, looking to keep the spark.
Alrighty, Elks fans, it's the middle of the 7th inning. It's time to get up on your feet for tonight's 7th inning stretch. And here to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," it's Mila.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the bad Ducks. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game.
Give it up for Mila, everybody.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
Fans have stretched. Bottom of the 7th inning. Elks down by just 2. Gurney, Pupo, and Beck. Coming up this inning as Gurn takes low. The new pitcher on the mound in Joseph Moreno, a lefty. Elks first look at that handedness tonight. Gurney always gets his A swing off and was late. Moreno, a 4.91 ERA, 11 Ks, and a 1.64 whip. The first pitcher the Elks have seen tonight on the Berry side that doesn't have an absurd amount of strikeouts. Gurney puts one into the air. A charge deep to left field. Allen gets turned around. Sayonara! Win Gurney cuts the deficit in half. It's 5-4. Just 97 off the bat. It flew 357 feet. But when it traces back up into that jet stream, you see it a lot. The long ball from Gurn. On attempt from Pupo goes foul. Carter Hess fired up for his boy and Win. With the season that Win Gurney has had, and in his first at-bat talked about it, you've been feeling for him. An ultra-talented player that just hasn't had the most ideal summer. That's his first homer. And the Elks' first homer since game 1 of this homestand. And Cam Beck went deep. Pupo for 2. Keeps battling, fouling it away. Moreno from St. Mary's College of California and had 11 appearances as a true freshman. 4.67 ERA there. That's dunked softly into the glove of Carlson. 1 out. But earlier this year, the Marion Berries, when the Elks had their first matchup against Marion in Salem, that was the first road trip of the year. The Berries had one of the Gales' best relievers in David Roberts, so now they get a younger version, another lefty. Team in St. Mary's and went all the way to the NCAA Regional and beat UCLA twice. Beck's out in front. Cam Beck, a pair of singles, seeing the ball well. One more look at that Gurney homer. Just high, far and gone. Gurney had a little bit of that trot going. He knew it had a shot. And Allen watched it all the way back to the wall when it bounded off the chain link fence. Beck checked his swing, did not go according to Taylor Schneider. The last time the Elks won a series, long time. So you look at that chance and you love the opportunity. Beck fouls it. At his moment on Tuesday night, that's where he got that third home run. Just wanted to confirm, but yes, the last time the Elks won a series was the first week of July against Walla Walla. Never, and I mean never, will get over it. The long drive to right center that lifted the Elks over the Pickles. It looked like, hey, you got a chance to cruise and potentially win a series against your rivals, but the Pickles came to play the next 2 days. Beck goes down swinging, 2 gone.
batting for the Elks, designated hitter,
Jordan Ortiz with 2 outs.
Jordan Ortiz.
Changed his stance a tad, now standing much more upright since the beginning of the year. And is late on the 88-mile-per-hour fastball. These two were in the same conference, with Ortiz being at LMU and Moreno being at St. Mary's. On the opposite ends of it. There's LMU with a lot of young talent, not ready to compete with the top of the West Coast Conference, but as we've seen these guys go to work, you see the potential. Now LMU could get excited at the idea of all their young players sticking together. Moreno's just peppering that fastball and Ortiz can't catch up. Solo home run to start the inning by Win Gurney to left field, his first of the year. Then the next 2 batters retired. Ortiz strikes out swinging to end the inning. But Win Gurney, a solo home run, gets the Elks back in this game. And it's time for a horse race.
All right, Elks fans, it's our final game of the evening. And since we're getting close to the end of the season, we have 4 of our amazing staff rovers that are going to do this race with us tonight. It's a pony race. On one team, we've got Hazel and Mel. On the other team, we've got Cooper and Brady. They're going to compete in the pony race. They're going to ride down, switch with their partner, and ride back to me. I'll be standing right over here. Elks fans, are you ready for a pony race? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Go, Mel.
Here comes the
The horse race was electric, and we're to the 8th inning. Darnell's first pitch breaking ball popped up foul and out of play. Pfeiffer just watches it go out. Race for it. Looks like a kid picked it up and then sprinted into the shadows. No one else gets to see the ball. Carlson, Catano, Scher, 7, 8, 9. Logan Darnell's breaking ball misses high. Carlson with a lone double that came in the 3rd inning. Use that one foul. Carlson from Kennewick, Washington, attends Washington State and strikes out there on a good breaking ball. Whatever has gotten into this Elks bullpen, it has been a fun night at the yard. That is their 9th K as a staff. Catano takes that same pitch, but this time shaving the outer third. Thinking back to the first inning, the Berries were able to push 3 across, and there was a time in that frame where the game could have gotten out of hand for the Elks. But I look back at that as why they have stayed close. The ability to escape and stay in striking distance. Giving that offense belief too. Damian Catano singled his last time through and grounds that one past the glove of Cam Beck into right. So back-to-back at-bats from Catano with a knock. I believe that's the first that Logan Darnell has given up since Catano had a hit in the 6th. So the only 2 people that have gotten a hit off of Logan Darnell was Catano to start his outing in the 6th inning, and then Catano again in the 8th. Catano goes, and the fastball's popped up. Down the right field line, shallow. Gurney moving over. He makes the catch. Had to go a long way and doing it all tonight. He just had the solo home run last inning. And then why not show off with the glove, the closing speed down the line near the bullpen. And go and do a knee to squeeze it. Darnell misses low. Gurney has played multiple outfield positions, left, center, and right. But in right has looked comfortable. And every ball that's been hit to him tonight, he's handled. How about more action for Gurney? Similar spot, but deeper. And that goes foul. That would have taken a Herculean effort and a Superman dive to pull off. At this point, with how these batters are laid, Gurney can just stand right on top of the line. Maybe go pop a squat at the bullpen bench. Under this dust sky, beautiful night for ball. Darnell zeroes in on the 1-1. And Weidman fouls it back. Just put the bat upright. Here you go, sir. Cold strike 3. It was a hair up to Weidman, but Darnell gets the call. You can't ask for much more momentum than what Win Gurney has provided, and Logan Darnell on the hill to the bottom of the 8th on Bend Elks YouTube. To the bottom of this 8th inning, Elks with loads of momentum. And all thanks to Win Gurney, who clubbed his first home run of the year to deep left field. Allen went back. He ran out of room. And then, after this long shot with all the momentum and the confidence, coming into an outstanding dugout that was ready to greet him, Win Gurney made a great catch. He was playing in right center field, had to go all the way to the line, and got there in plenty of time to lay out on one knee and squeeze it. Win and his momentum leading to this bottom 8. As Murphy on the first pitch he sees, chops one back up the middle. Difficult play from Arujo Wayal, and Murphy beats it out. An infield single from Jackson Murphy. Got a heck of a jump out of the box. No outs for Isaac Pfeiffer. This becomes interesting. Murphy with some speed off of first. But Pfeiffer as a catcher, not a bunt first player at all. Let's see if they still put it on for him. He does square and gets it down. A good, tough push bunt off the glove of the pitcher, and everybody's safe. It was bunt so hard at 40 off the bat that the play became difficult from Joseph Moreno. It's still a play he should have made as it squirted by. Dugout was feeling it, knowing that Fife just got it by him. Now time is called from the Marion Berries. Look at the dugout, fired up. The catcher laid down a bunt and beat it out. With this mound visit, Joseph Moreno at 19 pitches, an inning thrown, 2 Ks to no walks. But committed an error himself. In a difficult spot after this mound visit, and Carson getting the people going.
Let's go, Elks! Let's go, Elks! Let's go, Elks! Let's go, Elks! Keep it going!
No matter the circumstance, this crowd gonna bring it. Murphy on second, Pfeiffer on first. Dodge the first baseman crashing in, anticipating a bunt. Hartlob squares a perfect one up the third base line. Moreno's throw gets the speedy Hartlob. But these Elks executing small ball to perfection. And now not only have the tying run on third, but the go-ahead run in scoring position. Fortunately for Moreno, coming off that side of the mound, fielded it and made a good throw. Infield forced to come in for Ty Hattenhauer, who struck out all 3 times tonight. But the great thing is, if you come up with the magic hit, those first 3 at-bats don't matter at all. Product of Caldera High School, looking for his first run batted in as an Elk. Takes low, and that's where Moreno's got to trust his catcher and row with the blocking skills. Had 1 run the Elks got in last inning on the solo shot from Win Gurney. Changed the complexion of this game. And an opportunity to take the lead. As Hattenhauer takes a strike just at the knees. Ty thought it was down, but it was there on the black at the very bottom of the zone. Now has to protect. On deck is Cole Cooper. Murphy on third, Pfeiffer on second. 1-2, 1 out in the bottom of this 8th. Tie into left for a base hit. Murphy scores. Stopped at third is Pfeiffer. But the game is tied. And how about a moment for your first RBI? .93 off the bat from Hattenhauer. Finding a barrel. And that was almost interference on Dunnan. If he got in the way of Isaac Pfeiffer and Pfeiffer ran into him, that is a run scored. Infield moves back in this tie game. The young Cole Cooper with the chance of a lifetime takes a fastball in. Hattenhauer from Caldera High School, Cooper from Bend High, the local products in a huge spot. Ty goes, he's picked off. The throw goes to second. Now taking off for home is Pfeiffer. He's safe! Moving all the way to third is Hattenhauer. 6-5 Elks. The aggression on the bases pays off. Unbelievable. Hattenhauer was picked off in between first and second. But that may have been the design for the Elks, going on the first move of the lefty and Joseph Moreno. Because even if you get caught in between first and second, if Dodge makes that throw like he did and makes the play impossible for Dunnan. But not done yet with a huge insurance run 90 feet away. 2-0 to Cole Cooper. So you got them on first and third. Jake Dodge here shouldn't have made this throw, because as soon as he let it rip on one hop, there was no chance for Dunnan throwing off his back foot from second base. Cooper takes a strike at the bell. Some stirring in the Elks bullpen. Wonder what the plan is for the ninth, if they stick with Logan Darnell or go to somebody else for the save. 3-1 to Cooper. And left on left, the most favorable matchup that Moreno's going to see, because waiting on deck is the guy that just hit a home run in Win Gurney. Cooper takes. That's a perfect 3-1 pitch. Was looking for the heater. The Elks at one point in this game were down 5-0 in the second inning. And they've rallied all the way back with 6 unanswered. Cooper does strike out. Rose got to clean it up though. Now taking off for the plate is Hattenhauer. He's safe! Wreaking havoc on the bases are these Elks. 7-5. And you wonder what the Berries are doing. Just some mental blunders out there in the infield. Three runs this inning. Time now called, and it looks like Tucker Brock is going to the bullpen. The night from Joseph Moreno is done. But look back at this, a drop third strike, and if Rowe just looked Hattenhauer back, he was hung out to dry in between third and home, almost halfway, but prioritized the throw to first. And Hattenhauer said, thanks, taken home for free. So as the new pitcher warms up, we'll step aside. Elks with 3 runs in this inning. We're down 5-4 entering it. Now on top by 2. Luke Bailey, the right-hander out of the bullpen from the Marion Berries. Elks lead it 7-5. Bailey's fastball at 90 misses low. Win Gurney got this whole rally started in the late innings with a solo home run that came in the 7th. It was a long one, his first of the year. Sneaking over the wall and left. And with his power, if he gets a hold of any baseball, it's going to go a long way. That's hit on one hop softly, but deep in the hole. Carlson fields and throws to get Gurney and ultimately end the inning. The Elks do their job, though, and then some. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead it by 2. A single from Ty Hattenhauer. Pfeiffer almost ran into Dunning there for interference. Stayed on the corner. Then Hattenhauer got caught in a rundown, stealing on first move. Pfeiffer came in to score on this play when Dodge should have looked that way at third. Pfeiffer was sniffing it, and as soon as that was on one hop, Dunning's throw to home was way late. Hattenhauer got all the way to third. And then Cole Cooper struck out swinging. But under another point in the game where the Berries overthought the situation, to put it frankly. The run came in to score on the drop third strike. Didn't look Hattenhauer back. And the Elks will stick with Logan Darnell for the 9th to shut the door when we come back. Logan Darnell in his first pitch fastball, cold to strike to Alkai Arujo-Wayao. 2, 3, and 4 in the Berries lineup up. And Darnell's breaking ball misses low. He's been great out of the pen. Picking up after Garrett Schmokel. 37 pitches, 3 innings, 3 Ks to just 1 walk. Carter Hess is getting loose in the bullpen in case Darnell has a runner reach, I would guess. So a quick backup plan for pitching coach Wes Harper and company. Arujo-Wayao reached a couple of times and is late on the fastball there, 2-2. This crowd is sensing it. You can't craft a better golden opportunity than your first series win on the brink of it in a month. Darnell got him. The high breaking ball can be effective with the eye level getting all jumbled up. The Elks have struck out 11 batters as a staff. 1 away for Tyler Dunning. Fastball called to strike. That extra run of insurance in a close game like this does a lot for Darnell because it gives him the freedom to still challenge hitters. Just missed off the plate on the 0-1. Chopped to Hattenhauer at third, who booted it, and Dunning is safe at first. He came over looking to cut it off on the sharp angle as he was just in front of the base at third, and it went by his glove. See here, that's a good hop too. Second error of the night for the Elks. Darnell comes home to dodge and gets the call. Has been sharp with that curveball. Jake Dodge, the former Bend Elk, representing the tying run. Ground ball would do it. It's fouled away and got a piece of Pfeiffer, who comes up gimp. Quiet day at the dish for Jake Dodge. And when he picked up his lone RBI of the night, this was a different game. The first inning, he walked to first, and it brought in a run. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Checked his swing, appeal to Schneider, didn't go. But at that stage of the game, the Elks were able to limit the damage. 5 runs given up in the first 2 innings, and since, all zeros. Looks into Pfeiffer on the 1-2. Tails outside. Creeping in at third is Hattenhauer. Everybody else straight up. And Dodge flips one into shallow left for a soft hit single. The line moves as Logan Darnell missed middle on that pitch. And the Berries are going to use a pinch runner, bringing in Taylor Brenneman to run for Dodge.
Pinch running for the Berries, number 17, Taylor Brenneman.
And Wes Harper will embark on a slow walk out to the mound. With 1 out, you likely rule out a bunt. But this is also just to calm Darnell down, who's nearing the 50 pitch mark. One final time while Wes chats with Logan Darnell, let's take a look around the West Coast League. Apple Sox on top of the North Paws, 11-3, bottom 8. Raptors beating the Drifters, 8-6, top 8. Huge game in the South there. Nanaimo beating the Lefties, 16-1, bottom 8. That's huge. Looking to keep their playoff spot. Pickles beating the Sweets, 8-6. Lona on top of the Riverhawks, 7-4. The Knights demolish the Pippins, 15-1. And the Bells beat the Harbor Cats by a score of 7-5. Darnell stays in, the trust from this Elk staff, and will face Jake Allen. Darnell readies and fires. A breaking ball that misses up and in. This will be pitch number 50 from Darnell, the longest he's worked in a game this summer. Two 2-0. It has to find the strike zone. Plot thickens and becomes more nervy on both sides. The ball's still in the Elks' court at this stage. Has to come in on the 2-0 with 1 out. And does on a curveball. You've got to have a lot of trust in your secondary stuff to go to that in a hitter's count. And Darnell threw it with authority. 2-2. Back to that same pitch. And working Jake Allen in an interesting fashion that's keeping him in the rocking chair. On second is Dunning, on first is Dodge. 2-2 with one out. Darnell misses low, a full count. And the biggest pitch of the night upon us. Jake Allen riding an 0 for 4 night. Looking to make up for it. Just got a piece of it. Staying alive. Similar to the sentiment with Ty Hadenhauer in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Although an 0 for 4 day, you can make up for it with one swing and make everybody forget. Still battling and making life hard for Logan Darnell, who's looking for that out pitch. The Portland Pilot products. Down the barrel of the biggest spot. Darnell, long pause and the payoff. Flared, foul just over the head of Cam Beck, and one that made you hold your breath. It was hit so softly that Wynn Gurney in right field would have had no chance, and it was awfully close. Darnell looking for his best pitch in this spot. 3-2. Got him swinging. The fastball at the top of the zone. There's 2 outs in the 9th.
Now batting for the Berries, pitcher number 27, Nolan Rowe.
Final chances, Nolan Rowe. And Darnell not done yet, but getting closer. First pitch, curveball, called a strike. Rowe also 0 for 4. But 5 runs batted in this year. 0-2. Darnell's 1 pitch away. And you can't rule out the potential for a double steal here with 2 outs. Could be something Tucker Brock tries. The sounds of the bleachers becoming deafening. They do steal, and the breaking ball misses outside. A double steal puts the tying run in scoring position. Had a feeling that could be something Brock pulls out, and they steal it standing. Makes it all intensify for Darnell. The 1-2. Fouled away. Rowe not going away. More than anything, it's felt like the Elks have been in these games in 2026 time and time again. Down to the wire, nail-biting affairs that keep you on the edge of your seat. Popped up, shallow center field. Cooper back, ball game over. Cole Cooper squeezes it in shallow center, and the Elks have their first series win since the first week of July.
Final score, Marion Berries 5, Bend Elks 7.
A one that rightfully deserves a light show. Even in a series like this, with no playoff implications means so much for this organization. And the second consecutive night, the offense has put up 7 runs. Incredible to consider that this team was down 5-0 after the first 2 innings and battled all the way back. 7 unanswered runs and chipped away as quickly as they possibly could. But it didn't really start to come to fruition until Win Gurney stepped up in the 7th inning and hit a home run to deep left field. Ended up making a great play defensively and right, too. And that's why Win Gurney is our bull of the game. Fun night, won these Elks. We'll remember, we'll soak in front of another packed house on this Saturday night. And we got Win with us in just a moment. Over by the preferred section. Incredible. Elks feeling it, 7-5, and so much to take away. We got Win right next to us. Win, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. That one really feels good, you know. Clinched the series. Great comeback. Can't ask for more out of the game, yeah.
Let's go back to that 7th inning, your first home run of the year, your second year here in Bend, and of course, it hasn't all gone your way. But to get that feeling lifted off your back, to hit one to left field in front of this crowd, how did that swing feel, Win?
Man, it felt good. You know, my swing started to come around recently. Just kept sticking to the approach no matter the results. So finally got one off, and, yeah, it feels great, man.
Felt like that really catapulted the rally for the Elks tonight. And then later you make that outstanding play defensively. You were doing it all tonight, Win.
Yeah, you know, I started feeling it after that homer. Got back, got my confidence back, and just let it eat, you know, playing free, playing loose. That's how you got to do it.
Speaking on this pitching staff tonight, this is another night where the staff has done an outstanding job. And although Owen Smith struggled at the beginning, both Garrett Schmokel and Logan Darnell were brilliant in relief. How did that feel as a man in the field to know that your pitchers were shoving it?
You know, this team's got such a tight bond, and, like, that's one of the things. Someone goes out there, doesn't do their job one day. We got a lot of confidence that next guy's going to pick him up. So it's exactly what happened today.
You hit on it a bit, Win, but your first series win since the beginning of July. What is the vibe in that clubhouse knowing that you got it done tonight?
Definitely a good vibe. You know, a lot of upbeat personalities in there. They're going to be going crazy. So I can't wait to get in there and enjoy the win with them. Yeah.
Win, soak it all in. Thanks so much for taking some time on this Saturday night. Win Gurney, your bull of the game. Congrats, Win.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go Elks.
Awesome night for Win with that homer. And you feel for guys like him because a lot of these Elks, they've been working hard to get to that moment, to get to the spot, to finally be on the edge of success and be so close. And Gurney did it with that swing to left field. He got the Elks in striking distance. They were down 5-3 at that point, made it 5-4, and then just getting one run in made it so when you go to that bottom of the 8th inning, the deficit doesn't feel seismic. It feels very feasible that we can come back, we can do this thing, mount a rally. And looking back to that homer, Allen had a beat on it for a bit, but it continued to carry out. Gurney with a huge swing, and we saw him park a lot of balls into the outfield fence last season, the one just beyond the regulation yellow line. But this year has been looking to get back to that, and did so here with that moment. Then the catch defensively was shaded over into right center field, but he raced all the way near the line and made the diving squeeze, going to a knee. Might have banged up that knee a little bit, but you pay the price for a catch like that, and it still feels so good. In that 8th inning for the Elks, it started with the single from Jackson Murphy. Then Isaac Pfeiffer reached on an error. But the small ball from the Elks, I feel like we haven't seen that much this season. When Alan Cox calls on a guy to get down a bunt, they did tonight. Camden Hartlob deserves a round of applause as a young player on this team, taking a step back, recognizing that in this spot, my best interest is laying down a bunt. And he did so. It moved the runners over, to second and third with just one out. And then Ty Hattenhauer delivered an RBI single into left. It brought in a run. Base running blunders galore. The Elks take advantage of Marion Berry mistakes, push them to 3 runs in that 8th inning, ultimately enough to take the win. But don't forget where this game started, at 5-0 Berries. And in a year that has not gone the Elks' way, resilience to the final out shows a lot about this group, shows a lot about the heart of this community to still come together. And another win that means a lot to this team, regardless of the circumstances around it, because of the effort and the resilience put in tonight. For my producer, Pierce Gordon, I'm Aiden O'Neill, signing off from up here in the broadcast booth. Just one of our final 2 games here at home. We have one more at Vince Genna Stadium. It's crazy we're at this point in the summer. And then, of course, the Elks ended on the road. But I hope to see you tomorrow in person. If I don't, we'll see you on the stream. 5:05 first pitch. Until then, good night. Take care. Elks take the series.